Hello everyone, welcome back to another lesson. And in this lesson, we will take a look at another uh, method when working with JavaScript array. Remember that in the last lesson, we talked about how you can use the splice method to remove items from your array. And now we also talked about the to get spliced, a safe way introduced in ECMA in 2023 in order to prevent holes in removing items from your array, in removing elements from your array, and also we saw how you can cleverly set parameters in order to remove elements from your array using the splice method. So these were what we talked about in the previous lesson. In this lesson, we are going to be looking at the opposite of the splice method, which is the slice method. The slice method slices out a piece of an array into a new array. Now look at an example under it, an array variable. Then the slice method is passed in and a parameter of where that slice should happen. So, and then this will give us an output of what we have. So let's take a look at that example to understand this better. So here we are talking about JavaScript array splice method. Slice, not splice this time around. Slice method. Slice method slices out a piece of an array into a new array. So the slice method slices out a piece of an array into a new array. And below is an example of what that means. Okay, so right here I have uh, um, an array like this for fruits, and then having this array, I can then apply the method to my array dot slice. I want to slice at what? Position 1. It gets me an output of plum. Now you can see what I have: orange, lemon, apple, and mango. So the first item has been sliced out into, and then it returns a new array to me without the presence of the first item. So if I do 1, comma, maybe another position 3, you can see that what I have in the first position and in the third position is gone, which means that what this does is that this will be taking 0, 1, 2, 3, and every other thing at the back is ignored. Can you see this? You can see that mango is not showing. That is when you give it 2 position. But if you don't need 2 position, 1 index position is okay. And then you can see this apple and mango, the 1, 2, 3 is gone. 0, 1, 2, 3. So every other thing that is left after that index position will be returned to you, as you can see right here on the screen. Now, things to note about the slice method. The slice method creates a new array. The slice method does not remove any element from the source array, which means that it keeps the original array. And let's just quickly talk about what that is. Okay, so just a second. Document dot. Okay, so I want to do this. I want to move this up, and this is called fruit. Now, I think the output is giving me everything I have in my array. Now, by the time I apply slice, Look at this. Orange, lemon, apple. At this position, no, I don't want the second position. So at the first position, you can see that only banana is removed and every other thing is returned to me. So this returns a new array and doesn't change the original array that I have right there in my code. So this is how the slice method cuts out a piece of an array into a new array. So it doesn't remove any element from the source array, just as I demonstrated to us now. Now, also, one thing I want you to take note is that the slice method can take two arguments. I've shown you. I can do this, 1, 4, I can do 1, 3. So it can take two arguments. And then the method then selects elements from the start argument, which is 1, and up to, but not including the end argument. So it will pick everything until it gets to that third argument. So understand it and hear it again. The method will select elements from the start argument, which is this first argument, and up to, but not including the end argument, which means that this end argument will not be included, but it will pick to what is in between. So if it starts from 1, then it will pick to 2 and stop. The 3 itself will not be included. So that is how this works in slice method. Also, if the end argument is omitted, what I'm saying is that if I take out this second argument, which is the end argument, if it is omitted, now the slice method will slice out the rest of the array. You can see that it will only remove that first one, and then it will show you the remaining element that is contained in your array. So this is how the slice method works in JavaScript. It allows you to cut out a piece of an array into a new array. It doesn't modify the original, it doesn't change the original array. It can take two arguments, can have a start and end argument. And if the end argument is omitted, it will slice out the rest of the array, just as we are seeing right now on the screen. Thank you, and I'll see you as we continue in the next